Welcome back, everybody. It is week 2, day 4. We're still in it and killing it. Missing something. Oh, my assistant. Blaine! Nux. Awesome. Okay, week 2, day 4. Now, this one's a little bit special. This one's different from anything we've done before. Mainly because seeing throughout the coronavirus and seeing how it's affected New York City and everywhere else, a big thing it's hitting really hard is our U.S. Navy. So for those of you who don't know, I was in the U.S. Navy for 4 years. I'm a veteran. And today I kind of want to dedicate this to them because there's a lot of ships out there that have crew members with COVID-19 and they have nowhere else to go. And if you've never been on a ship before or a cruise, those berthings where the sailors sleep, they're confined in very tight spaces. So everybody's getting sick and it's going to spread like wildfire because everybody's so close to each other. There's no such thing as a 6-foot rule on any ship or submarine in the U.S. Navy. I can promise you that. So put your prayers and thoughts out to them. This one's kind of dedicated towards that. So it's going to go a little bit different. So for our warm-up today, we're going to do 3 rounds of our warm-up instead of just 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to get ready for some running today. So we're going to do something called the walking hamstring stretch, and we're going to do this for 10 yards. So you're going to go ahead and put one foot out front, and you're going to flex this toe or this foot towards you, and you're going to reach with your hands on that opposite side of the foot or your outside side. And you're just going to walk from one side of your apartment or your house to the other, and you want to feel this stretch in your hamstrings, feeling it a little bit in your hamstrings and your glutes when you go ahead and stretch down. So we're going to do walking hamstring stretch for 10 yards or just a length down and back of your living room. Then we're going to do butt kicks. We're going to do 20. So Blaine's going to go ahead and demonstrate butt kicks real quick. Make sure when you do your butt kicks, do them nice and easy. We're not doing them for time. We're not here for the Olympics of butt kicking. We're going to go ahead and just tap our heels to the back of our hands and nice and soft, gingerly strutting our stuff across the living room. Now what this is going to do is it's going to get your ankle joints ready and your knee joints ready for some of this running we're going to do today. So for warm-up, 3 rounds, walking hamstring stretch, 10 yards, and 20 butt kicks. Once we've done that for 3 rounds, we're going to roll right into what we have today. So this is a little bit different. This is where it gets quirky. 4 times. So I want you guys to finish this whole workout 4 times. So that means I want you to time yourself. Use a stopwatch. Use your phone stopwatch to measure how long this whole workout takes you. And then at the end of your workout, I want you to post your times to the comments. That way we can kind of see how you guys have been doing. And if you guys want, we can do this exercise or this workout 4 weeks from now, and that way we can see something that we've improved. And that gives us an idea or something to quantify better, to see our fitness going in the right direction while we're doing these at-home workouts. So our first thing we're going to do is we're going to do something that's called a buy-in. A buy-in is just an exercise you do to start your round. So what we're going to do first is and it's up to you depending on what you can do, a half-mile walk, a 1-mile run, or a 3-mile bike. Now the reason we're doing a 1-mile run or we're doing this buy-in is because this replicates the Navy PT test. The Navy physical assessment test measures and takes time over 1.5 miles. So you do a 1.5-mile run, whatever your time is, they put that to a category of your age and they see your score. And then you also get tested on push-ups and sit-ups. So this is what that mimics. That's why we're doing this half-mile walk or half-mile run, or you could do a 3-mile bike. Now, why would we determine walking, running, or biking? Now, if you can't do a mile run or a 3-mile bike, say your knees hurt or you don't have a bike, or say you have an extensive injury, at least you can get outside and do a half-mile walk. A half-mile walk should take you about the same time to do a 1-mile run or a 3-mile bike. After this half-mile walk, the next idea or the next option you have is the 1-mile run. You can do this outside, or if you have a treadmill at home and you're fortunate enough, do it there. And our next option is the 3-mile bike. Now the reason we have 3-mile bike instead of a 1-mile bike is because it's easier. You're going to go a lot faster on a bike than you would on feet. And the replication or the conversion to 1 mile run is a 3 mile bike, which should be about the equivalent. Now you can choose any one of these exercises to do for your buy-in. Now when you do this and you're outside, please stay within social distancing rules. 6 feet away from the person next to you. Don't do this on any public park. We're not encouraging any of that. But we also encourage you, if you've been inside the house for 2 weeks, get out there and at least do this and then come back home. Make sure you guys are staying sanitary, washing your hands, and staying away from people. That's what we encourage. After your buy-in of your walking, running, or biking, you're going to do 4 rounds of 20 push-ups. So we're going to go ahead and demonstrate that first. Now push-ups. This is how we're going to do push-ups. Your back has to be completely flat. And when you come down, you have to touch the floor with your chest to come all the way back up. But it's just a tap. You are not resting there. So touch and right back up. And your arms have to come all the way extended. So extend at the top for me, Blaine. Right here. That is a good rep. Now, a couple bad reps are if you just stop. Yeah, that is not a good rep. You're not extending. You're not extending there. Your chest isn't touching. So you need to come all the way down and all the way up. That is 1 rep. So we're going to do 20 repetitions of those. Now, our scaled version, we're going to do push-ups on our knees, which we've done before in these workouts. So Blaine's going to go ahead all the way down and up, just like that. Perfect. Thank you, Blaine. That's going to be our scaled version. And then we're going to do 20 sit-ups. So Blaine's going to lay on his back with his feet close to his butt. Go ahead and lay it back. Now, I'll scoop back this way a little bit. This is per Navy PT standards, at least when I was in there. Have to start with your hands on your shoulders, and your elbows have to touch the tops of your knees. And you cannot pull on your sweater or pull on your shirt to help you come back up. Your hands have to stay flat on top of your shoulders, and your elbows have to touch the tops of your knees. So let's go ahead. Give me 1. There we go. And the whole time, if you can put, or you have a partner, to push your hands down like this, this is actually how the Navy PT test is done, is if you have a partner right here holding your feet. Elbows right here, bam, just like that. Now, if you don't have a partner, you can squeeze your feet underneath a couch to help you stay up. Now, when he's coming down, so he comes up, touches the tops of his knees, his shoulder blades have to touch for the rep to count. And then going back down, just like that. Nothing like that, because his shoulder blades aren't touching, and he has to come all the way up. So that's going to be our sit-ups. There is no modified version of this. You guys should all be able to do this by now. So we have our buy-in of our half-mile walk, 1 mile run, 3 mile bike, our 4 rounds of 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups, no rest in between. You want to get through this quick. Then as soon as you're done with these 4 rounds, we have a buyout of a half-mile walk, a 1 mile run, or the 3 mile bike. So the same thing you bought in, you're buying out when you're done with these 4 rounds. When you go through these, make sure, again, staying social distance away from everybody outside. I can't emphasize that enough. After this, you should be feeling pretty smoked, pretty tired, so we're going to go straight to our cool down. So our cool down is going to consist of a new exercise, a new stretch called low dragon. So we're going to go ahead and get into low dragon. And his chest is going to be over his knee. And he's going to put pressure and push on that knee. So as you can see, push this hand a little bit further. Right here, his back of his Achilles or his ankle is being stretched. And that's what we want to target in this stretch. Because if your foot, when you run, is constantly going into flexion and extension, just like this, your ankle, your Achilles is going to get really tight, and this is to help loosen that up. So we're going to do low dragon 2 minutes on each side. When you do this too, come back down one more time, his chest is over his knee, and he's applying a lot of pressure on that knee so his ankle gets a good stretch. If you don't feel that stretch in the back of your ankle, you need to go ahead and back off, put this foot on the floor, and add a little bit more pressure to your knee so you can increase that stretch in your Achilles. Our second stretch is called saddle. Now for saddle, what we want to do is we want to increase and feel the stretch in our knees. So he's going to sit back on his heels, again, when he's here, he's resting or he's stretching out, not resting, he's stretching out the front of his ankles and he's stretching out his knee joint. If this is too easy, he's going to go ahead and put his hands back behind him to increase that stretch a little bit more. 2 minutes in saddle stretch. Now the next one is seal stretch. We're doing this to increase the range of motion or stretch out our abdomen. Some of you are going to feel it in your lower back. That's okay. What we want to do, though, is feel it in our lower abdomen. So Blaine's going to go ahead and push up, and he's going to feel tension or a stretch in his lower abdomen. If he doesn't feel that, what I want you to do is focus on breathing through your stomach. So breathe through your stomach so you can elongate those abdomen muscles and feel a greater stretch. Breathe in your stomach, just like that. That's how we're going to do a seal stretch for 1 minute. Then our last one is doorway cross stretch, which we will show you in a different angle. Okay, we're back. So we had to show you a different angle because we actually want to show you how to use this doorway cross stretch at home. So you just pick a doorway that you have at home, and you're going to go ahead and put both of your arms right on the outsides of the doorway, and you're going to push your chest forward just like this. Now the target we want to stretch are these pectoral muscles and your anterior deltoid. So just your chest and the front of your shoulders. That's where you want to feel it. We're going to be here for 2 minutes. So after a minute or so, really try and push yourself forward. If you want, go ahead, bring one of your feet forward, so just in case you fall or anything, you have something to brace yourself with. And pushing forward, think actively stretching out your chest and everything up top. This is because we've just done 60 push-ups in those 4 rounds. 80. Good thing I don't know how to count, and he does. So what we want to do is stretch all that out and get everything working again nice and solid. And that is it. Awesome job today, guys. This one was actually one of the tougher ones because of all the walking, running, or biking. Please don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Send us any of your emails that you have for questions. Leave a comment below. And don't forget to post your time from today's workout. Because remember, today's workout is 4 times the whole thing. I want to see what you guys' scores at. And that way, remember, we have something to look forward to. We have something to quantify. We can measure when we see this workout again. Thanks, guys. Stay safe. Have a good one. Roll out.